The Boston Celtics are out for revenge. They are not taking that loss to the Miami Heat last year very lightly. I don't know if you watched the game today, but they pretty much pulled the Miami Heat's pants down and spanked them in front of a whole lot of people. The Celtics were winning this game at one point by 32 points at the end of the third quarter. Now, yes, the Heat made a few threes late. DeLon Wright was 5 for 5 from 3, but don't let the final score fool you. It was not a 20-point game. This was a 30-point game for the majority, okay? The Celtics were in complete control, and as a team, they were 22 for 49 from the three-point line, which, that is not that far-fetched because as a team, they hit 17 threes per game, which is best in the NBA, and they shoot at 39% from three, which is second best in the NBA. And honestly, if it wasn't for Jayson Tatum weighing them down, they'd probably be shooting the best in the NBA. But what did I say right before the playoffs started? Tatum needs to stop taking all these threes, and today, 23 points, not overly fantastic, but 10 rebounds, 10 assists. We like that part of his game. He's become a much better passer as he's developed over the years. Very underrated part of his game. But 7 for 18 from the field and 1 for 8 from 3 overall, which is the part of his game that I've been critiquing the whole year. I don't want him taking so many threes. He's one of the worst three-point shooters off the dribble this year in the NBA. And you take away his three-point attempts, he's 6 for 10, which is a very efficient night. If you look at Tatum on the year, he is averaging 27 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. But the part I want to look at, 38% from 3 on 8 attempts. Now, yes, 38% from 3, very good. And he brought it up towards the end of the year. But still, for a modern-day player, 38% from 3, not as fantastic as it used to be, just due to players over time getting better at shooting the three ball. 38% from 3 in like 2006 would be fantastic, but now it's kind of, all right, there's 4 or 5 of those guys on every single team. Now 40% is kind of the threshold to be a pretty good shooter, an efficient shooter. And he is 56% from 2-point range on the year compared to 38% from 3, and from within, 10 feet, he is probably closer to 70% from the field. I would love to see Jayson Tatum get downhill more. Catch and shoot threes, I'm fine with it, but I don't want him taking so many pull-up threes. Some other guys today that I thought played very well, and again, I liked the passing part of Jayson Tatum's game. He was active defensively, he had 2 steals, but some other guys today, Jaylen Brown played 34 minutes, he had 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 6 for 12 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, so being very efficient there. Love to see that from Jaylen Brown. Kristaps Porzingis was good, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 1 assist, 7 for 13 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. Again, Tatum was the only one on the team to not shoot at least 40% from 3. The Celtics went off. The Heat ran into a buzzsaw today. I kind of felt bad for them, and it was kind of evident once they jumped out to a 17-2 lead that this wasn't going to be a very close game. Derek White, again, 20 points, played 33 minutes. He only took 10 shots. That is as efficient as you can get. 100% true shooting percentage, 60% from the field, 50% from 3, had 4 assists, 3 rebounds, a block. He does it all. Drew Holiday only had 6 points, but he had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. That man is everywhere. 2 of 8 from the field, but 2 of 4 from 3. Pritchard off the bench, so they're going to stick with their 8-man rotation, which I think is smart. O'Shea Brissett, he's cool and all. He was kind of talking his talk on Instagram the other day. I don't know if y'all saw that, but with Luke Cornett down and Queta, I say they stick with their normal 8-man rotation. Although, again, it could have been Joe Mazzulla just trying to get his guys back up to speed. Sam Hauser only played 13 minutes in today's game, but he had 12 points, hit 4 threes in those 13 minutes, so he was highly effective. Al Horford had 10 points, 7 rebounds. He hit a couple threes. He was 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, 4 for 8 from the field overall. And then Peyton Pritchard, who has really developed into a very, very solid backup point guard, had 8 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, was 2 of 5 from 3 in 24 minutes. Now, that is my initial reaction, and what do people love to do in the NBA playoffs? overreact to a blowout in Game 1. They were talking about it today on the actual broadcast. A 32-point loss in Game 1 counts the same as a 2-point loss in Game 1. And that is, the beauty of the NBA playing series versus win or go home. You can see the adjustments. You can see the chess match out there taking place. And I'm excited to see, because Erik Spoelstra, probably the best coach in the game right now, I'm excited to see what his counter to this is. Tyler Hero, 4 of 13 from the field, 3 of 9 for 3. It was not a good game from him. Nikola Jovic, when he was on the court, was minus 25 in plus-minus, which is not fantastic. Like we said, DeLon Wright kind of shocked the world. 6 for 7 from the field, 5 for 5 from 3, had 17 points. But they're missing Jimmy Butler, who of course is their playoff guy. They're missing Terry Rozier, who won the year, about 35 points a game. So missing both of those guys was huge. Josh Richardson, I think he is out for the year. But I'm excited to see what the Heat come back with, because Butler should be back in this series. I don't think he's out for the series. Same thing with Terry. I'm not sure his timeline, but maybe by the time we get back to Miami, we get to see those guys playing again. But again, the Celtics look like they are out for revenge. They looked really sharp in today's game, and if Tatum just continues to drive it downhill, I think this team is going to be really tough to stop. They lost, if you don't know what I mean by revenge, they lost to the same Heat team in the conference finals last year. They were not happy about it. They come out, they win 64 games the next year, and they have been the most dominant team in the NBA this year. It hasn't even really been close. And when you look at their net rating, which is something we've talked about all year for this Celtics team, it is 11.6, which is top 5 in NBA history, up there with 2 of Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls teams and the 2017 Warriors, which had Steph, KD, Clay, and Dre all at the top of their games. This Boston Celtics team is historically good on the offensive and pretty good on the defensive end of the ball, but I don't know how you're going to stop this team. I mean, the starting lineup, it is so good with Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday, and even if they only stick with 8 is enough. This Celtics team looks like the best team in the league right now. I'm excited to see Celtics versus Nuggets, because right now that's what it's looking like it's going to come down to. But if the Celtics continue to play like this, it's going to be tough for Denver and company to stop them. But I think that's the matchup that everyone wants to see, the immovable object versus the unstoppable force. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. We're trying to hit 100 likes on today's video. Also hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. We're posting daily NBA content. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.